Just yeah, don't worry. I just want to check my orientation, see. We're in a good position.
Good position.
Yes, and so we can do.
Ja, non so perché. Io guardo come sono specchio.
Yes, very good.
Okay, like this.
Very. Okay.
My wine is my face.
No problem. Okay, thank you. So I will introduce to you first to the camera, and after that I just turn and we can have a conversation.
Okay.
Basically, we will discuss about your winery, all about your wine, and from both different perspectives, from Tuscany and also from Verona.
Okay.
And then after that, of course, we'll talk about the trends and so on. So it will be very interesting. Two different families, and one has been around for 4 generations, and the other has just begun in their Chianti passion. I like that. So the series of making good Chianti. So if you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
You're ready. So first of all, how do I address you? Do I address you as Mr. Dario Pieropan?
Yeah.
Do I address you as Mr. Dario?
Nice.
No.
Se si riferisce a te come dottor Dario
Yeah.
Your name, right?
Yeah. Here in Italy, doctor is when you are a graduate.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're a doctor. Okay.
Doctor, yes.
Oh, okay, doctor.
Because I'm a graduate. It's not because I'm in the pharmacy.
Oh, okay. So and then Mr. Paolo Di Masci.
De Marchi.
Oh, De Marchi.
De Marchi.
No, okay. I must remember that.
Ok. Qualcosa dovrei tradurmi perché l'inglese qua faccio una fatica a capirlo. Bellissima sta scultura.
Okay. So this Dr. Dario Pieropan.
Like the name of the wine.
Okay. No problem. So good then. 1890. Very nice. You ready?
Yes. Ready.
1,
Big one.
2, and 3. Hi, welcome to the National Critics' Choice Online News. I'm Robin Steinberg, and welcome to the Steinberg Review. Today we have 2 wonderful winemakers and owners from Italy that are based over in Tuscany and as well as in the region of Verona. One of them is known as Pieropan, and that is a winery that has been around since 1890, and they are based in the region of Verona. And the other winery is known as Isole e Olena, that's based over in the region of Tuscany. And both of them, Mr. Paolo Di Marchi, will be sharing with us on his outlook on the making of Chianti and the future of Chianti wines. And the other will be Dr. Dario Pieropan, who is going to share with us his outlook on his boutique winery, while his generations of wine making has been evolved for 4 generations. Once again, now we will return to both of them, and they will share with us about their heritage. Dr. Dario and Mr. Paolo Di Marchi, welcome to our show here at the National Critics' Choice.
Thank you.
We like to give at least about probably 5 minutes each, to tell more about your winery and why your winery is named after these names, because they have a very interesting heritage, and because really my viewers are now really into the Chianti culture and also wanting to understand the culture also in the region of Verona. So shall I begin with let's say Mr. Paolo first? That's okay?
That's fine.
Yes. So
It's not bad to be first.
No, we want to respect the guy with the gray hair.
Yes, of course. We have to be faster before I get horizontal.
No, yeah. So Mr. Paolo, So tell us, your story.
My story, my family story. We make wine in Tuscany in the Chianti district, south of Florence. But my family is not Tuscan, in fact. So our wine roots go back much longer in Piedmont. I was born in Piedmont, and my family had a small vineyard in the north of Piedmont, in a region which is now a little forgotten. And after World War II, like most other producers in that area, my family abandoned the production, and my father bought the estate of Isole, Olena in central Chianti Classico. So I was born in Piedmont. I had my education at the University of Torino, and then I moved to Tuscany. So I'm responsible of winemaking at Isole, Olena since 1976.
Wow. And also, let's go to our friend from the region of Verona, Dr. Dario. Tell us.
Thank you for the doctor.
You are, but
Yeah.
but please tell us about the background of your winery, and why do they name this winery after your family?
Yeah, okay, I'm from Verona. I born in Verona, so I born in my city. My city is Soave. Soave is the wine I made, but also a small town between Verona and Vicenza, so in northeast of Italy. Really facing city, really nice with a castle, medieval castle. So not only the vineyard is really amazing, also the place. So I think growing up in an amazing place is impossible not fall in love for the work you see when your father work. I can say every evening when my father come back at home, I saw his face so happy, so happy for the work he does. So I fall in love for this work, and I think my future generation will do the same, because yes, it's impossible not to fall in love. Yeah.
And so now let's come to the real business of wine. Now you're here in Southeast Asia, probably your first time.
Yeah.
And also you're traveling with ewines.com here, and you're featuring your wines now here at the Capella Sentosa for the first time as well. Now, how do you feel about the growing demand of wine connoisseurs in Asia? Do you see that there's a future business?
I think so, yes. We are here also for that, because we really believe in this area. I think we represent the winery here also for explain the wines, because I think the people here, they wanted to learn something more. They want to know something local, not only international. I represent Soave, you represent Chianti, so we represent the first two crew in Italy, the oldest crew in Italy, because the first one was Chianti and the second one was Soave. So we represent the story in Italy here.
Very nice. And now let's turn to Mr. Paolo. Mr. Paolo, tell us, everybody's wanting and dying to know, what is a good Chianti? I mean, there's a lot of variation of Chiantis, but you, a great man of experience, what is a good Chianti?
A good Chianti is the wine which gives a pleasure to the consumer who likes it. I'm very much for the.
Oh, it doesn't taste. What is it?
I know, but it's we are richer when we have our personal taste. So there is not one only style of Chianti we have to respect. Chianti is a big area, many different soils, and our main variety, Sangiovese, is a grape which gives different expressions, changing soil, changing elevation. Chianti is on hills, so it could be grown from 150 to 550 meters, and all these make differences. Chianti wine does come with different expressions. But what is important, at least my idea of a good wine of origin, is a wine which expresses at the same time the variety and the place. So I think it is up to the winemaker to make a wine just taking the factors we have, understanding the site, understanding the soil, understanding the variety, and trying to make out the best of it. In my own opinion, Chianti Classico, we are talking about Chianti Classico, so the wine coming from the original area, the central Tuscany, the hills between Florence and Siena. This is what is geographically called Chianti, and where is produced Chianti Classico wine. Chianti Classico is a wine which has to it's mostly Sangiovese. So Sangiovese most of the time has a nice flavor of cherries. The beauty is that it could give all the wide span of the cherry flavors. In cooler vintages you could have the sour cherry, you could have red cherries, you could have black cherries, you could have in very hot vintages, you could have a kind of a feeling of cherry when you preserve on spirits. Usually from Chianti you don't get the plums and the prunes you get from the coastal side. So I think that the fingerprint of Chianti is the cherry in all the variety of cherries. You get spice with Sangiovese, and it's important, in my opinion, to preserve this freshness. Sangiovese is a variety which has always a lively acidity, which might be not what gives the most pleasure to drinkers who are used to drink wine without food. But the Italian culture is wine with food. And when you go with food and you drink a wine which has a lively acidity, then you enjoy food and you enjoy wine at the maximum degree and you do not get tired. I think Chianti Classico is a wine which does not make you tired.
Really? Wow. Now, for you, coming from the region of Verona, you know, what kind of local wine do they usually produce, and a specialty, especially from your winery? Yeah. And what makes your particular wine most unique? And what makes a good wine?
But Paolo said before a small word, but really, really important, classico. Also for me, my area, so in Soave, is classic area. And in Soave, there is a huge difference between classic and not classic. Because classic is mean your vineyards are growing up in the hills, not classic on the flat. So when the hills, like in Soave, so volcanic original, so rich in minerality, in acidity, that makes the different, the huge difference. Because the vineyard is really important, not growing up on the flat. The flat born later just for, I can say, help the market for have enough wine for everybody.
Oh, okay.
Okay, in my mind, because the classic is mean the original. So it means for many years there was the vineyards there. In fact, my great-grandfather started in the end of 18th century, and we had the vineyards there.
Wow. Amazing. So do you feel like you're 100 years old now?
Yeah.
having your heritage being passed down, you know, to one generation to another, and now to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Example, I put my vineyards now, I know my son, they grown up with the vineyards.
Oh, you have a song?
No. I say in the future probably my son.
Oh, okay. Oh, your son.
Now
Oh,
I have only
okay.
nephew and
Okay.
amazing nephew, but not son.
No, but do most wineries, especially in Italy, do they actually write their own songs so that they can sing a song about your winery? Do they have that?
No, I know about that, but we don't have it.
Oh, you don't have it. Do you have one?
No, we don't, but it's a good idea. Why not?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you should, huh?
It's a good idea.
Hey,
Yes.
you can have a record of it.
We can try. Yes, we know.
So now moving forward, for Tuscany and Verona, you know, two wonderful regions, wine regions in Italy. What kind of challenges do you see ahead? You know, because right now there's inflation in terms of prices and also the economic crisis, you know, that's looming over Europe and so on. How do you how do you control the price of your wine and make it affordable? You know, is it a real challenge today?
Better you can start.
Yeah.
It's not easy, this
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, let's start with the Chianti.
Exactly.
As long as we sell it, it is affordable. It depends to which category of the market we are aiming to. So as long as there are people buying it, it means that it is affordable. It's a real problem because Europe is, the cost of production in Europe, Italy is going up, is high. Labor is expensive, bureaucracy is over expensive. And we do have our problems to solve soon. But I tend not to see problems, but to see the future in front of me. And we always need to adapt what we do to the situation around us. And it is difficult now, but I'm old enough to know that we went through times which were not easier than these. Now we have a market which has never been as big as it is. So it's a big market. We just have to go out and do our part in finding our place. And I'm doing it. I am there. I don't stay at home and wait for people to come. And yes, we are. You could think we are not big enough for a world market as it is today. So this might be a problem, and we have to know about the problem. So we have to be very careful to whom we give the wine, because just not to give the wine away. We need visibility, which is easy to lose when we have small numbers. We need to never forget that we produce wine every vintage. So when we get some top rating, we should not get crazy. We let the market go crazy, but we should be stable and follow our strategies. So I think it is as it has always been. We need long-term view, we need a strategy, and we need to be faithful to our strategy and not get too much distracted. These other things are for the market. And, we are in the market, but we should not be overwhelmed by the market. This is my opinion in times which are a little stormy.
And so now in these uncertain times, people still need to get happy over over a good meal, regardless. Do you see the trend of there's more demand for people to buy more wine in this difficult times? Do you, for the last 6 months, do you see a trend of there's an increase of consumption?
Se vediamo che c'è un aumento di domanda in questo periodo difficile, comunque, o se vediamo una diminuzione di domanda?
Probably they ask something more from your wine. Example, we made the wines biologic, and maybe they're looking for that. So then I think the customer are looking something not new, but just not sit, just try to be I can say
Affordable.
exactly.
Yes.
And it's not less demand, I can say. Demand. It's not less demand, but maybe not more, just online.
Oh. No.
I think there is demand. It's just different, more specific. They have very specific requirements. The good discerning consumers, they want to know about the environment. They want to know about respect, about many things. But this is good. This should come to our advantage because we have vineyards in the States which are under our control. We live there, so we are the first one who have these requirements from our vineyards: to be clean, to be nice, to be a place to be respected.
Now, for two of the great winery Italy. We'd like to know what is a good terroir. What is the definition of a good terroir for for Verona and Tuscany?
Why is good terroir? It's
Yes.
my climate, probably. It's good terroir. It's the soil.
Qual è un buon terroir?
Which one depends of the if you am speaking for my wines or we are speaking generally.
Generally, in the wines.
Each terroir are good. It depends what are you looking for. Example, clay calcareous, white soil gives our wines more rich, more complex. And a terroir black like tufa basaltic, so volcanic soil gives more minerality, more freshness. So it depends which kind of wines do you want to make. All of them probably in Italy is famous for the terroir because we have a lot kind of terroir. So we are able, if you made the local cultivar, made typical wines you can find only in Italy. So that's the wines from Italy. It's our terroir. It's not like international cultivar you can make everywhere, but it's local cultivar.
Wow. And how about you for Tuscany?
Good terroir for Sangiovese in Chianti Classico is a terroir where the combination of soil and the local climate makes the vines happy. And how is Sangiovese vine happy is when the roots are able to go deep, when there is not too much moisture retention, when there is good drainage, when the vines are happy even when they don't grow too well, but they grow healthy.
Oh.
I never forgot the feeling. One day it's like in a dark room you put the light on because you struggle when you are a vineyard. What should I do? One day I was in July, at 2 in the afternoon, and very hot day. I was in the vineyard and I said, my God, it's hot. Let us go and find some shade. And then I said, it was like, I am an animal. We are not happy, we react and we look for better conditions. But my poor vines, I'm in the vineyard and I look for shade, but these vines cannot look for shade. So plants do not react, they have to adapt. So as a vineyard, I realized what is a good job for a vineyard. A good job for the vineyard is to help the vines to adapt where they are. So to create good conditions, to find good conditions for the roots and to create good conditions for the leaves and the plant. This is my job, talking with the vines and understanding their need. And the good terroir is a terroir which makes this answer easier, which makes this answer not change too much from vintage to vintage. In a good terroir, the vintage variation is much less important than for other terroirs. Sangiovese in particular needs drainage, needs light, needs the right amount of wind, and this is something we have to feel. The differences are what makes the differences in wine. So I think the best in general it does not exist in nature. It's what is good, what is less good, what is bad. What is good is not only one thing. And it is this variety of many good things which gives the variety of the good wines, which gives the vineyards, gives the single vineyard, gives what is specific of my estate against what is specific of my neighbor. And this is the beauty because it gives us something to tell the consumer. It makes wine so interesting. In the Mediterranean culture, wine is magic, is religion. Wine is the first food we felt the need to give the name of the place. In the old wine region, wine is never named by the variety, never. It's always named by the place, the area, the village, the hill, and the vineyard.
Wow.
But never the variety. This tells you a lot. It's really the variety of the places, not necessarily what is the best, what is number one. Number one does not exist. There are many number ones.
well spoken by a
Yeah.
wise man. That's why I got to let him speak first.
Yeah.
No, and no, and you know, Mr. Paolo and and Dr. Dario, what is the you know your experience right now, and now that you're traveling around Asia, you know, and is this your first time
Not for me.
For me, yes.
Oh, this is the first time for you.
No,
Oh.
I've been
You've been in
many
Asia,
times
many
to
times.
Singapore,
Ah, many times
and
Singapore.
I'm now going in the other markets. I've
Oh,
been,
okay.
A few times to Hong Kong, but it's so challenging. It's so interesting.
Oh, okay.
There's so much interest in wine in general because there is a huge interest in food in this area.
Oh yes. Now, first I can ask you: have you tried any local food in Singapore yet?
Yes. Yes.
And have you tried pairing with your wine so far, or do you think they have some prospects?
Okay, are a little spicy, yeah, the food, but if they fix well, I think, yeah, I have a lot kind of wines. There are some wine better than the other, fix in a better way, but I went yesterday to a restaurant, I find my wines, so yes, I think they fix really, really well.
Okay.
Yes.
And you, as a long-time veteran in Asia,
Not long time, but
we
compared
want-
to the first time, yes, I'm a
Long time.
veteran.
yes, but no, we want to know, you know, what will be the most unusual experience for you in terms of pairing your wine to a cuisine in Asia? Have you been in China yet?
I've been once in
Oh,
China.
once, I
yes.
see, okay.
Yeah.
Now,
I've been to Beijing and Shanghai, but I don't know if it was 100% China. my first trip.
okay.
I must say that my first trip was a kind of the Western world brought
Oh.
to China. It was top hotels. It was
But
more international food.
But have you tried any unusual cuisines, you know, in your travels pairing with your wine?
The questions about the food always give me troubles because.
Oh, you don't like food? I'm sorry.
No,
It's okay.
I love food. I love food.
But you can describe it.
No, I love food, but I don't put my memory for food.
Oh, okay,
So
okay. What's your
I
memory?
enjoy so much. I enjoy being at the table, having good food. But
But you finish
the
after
next day is when it's finished. The next day is gone. It's just ready for the next enjoyment.
So which country? did-
But anyhow, Chianti is a wine which has a lively acidity. Southeastern Asia tends to be fairly hot, so it's very important that the wine is not too hot when it is served. But Chianti, when it is chilled, it could go very well with fish, even if there is little fat. And it's an amazing experience, the Chianti with fish. With the fish. And the acidity is very nice. Actually, it's easy to pair Chianti with so many different food. Not when it is too spicy.
Now, speaking about spicy, you know, you have tried some spice in Singapore.
Yes.
Yes. Is it too spicy for your wine?
No, that depends. Depends of the dish. Probably not some cream are maybe too spicy for a lot of wines because the spicy over the tasted is not mean is not better for my wine. It mean over the taste of the wine. Obviously, if there is less spicy, you taste more the perfume, yes, the structure, the body of the wine. More spicy breeze, less body. Seems for the wine, but only seems. It's not mean there's less body.
Now,
If you have the wine with nice acidity, the spicy is good.
now for your winery, Pieropan, you know,
Pieropan.
and also Isole e Olena, you know, your Chianti. For those our viewers there, for the first timers who wants to try your wines, what will be the vintage and the type of wines they should try first?
My first vintage?
I mean, what will be the first vintage which you recommend for our viewers tasting your wine for the first time?
Ah, okay. My way, okay, I can recommend the Soave Classico 2011 because the vintage 2011 was amazing in Italy, it was really rich. But my wines are really famous in Italy for aging well in the bottle. So you can drink really young my wine, like 2011, but you can also forget the bottle and open after 15 years, it is still amazing. I have two cru, Alvarino and La Rocca, two single vineyard, represent really the terroir, and we still open bottle like 1993, and they are an immersion, really an immersion. Also because when you taste that wine, you think what you did in that time when you was really child. It's amazing, just come back with your mind in that vintage.
Amazing. And how about yourself, Mr. Paolo? What would you recommend?
I would recommend to start with the Chianti Classico. We make also a selection which is 100% Sangiovese, which is but you know, when you start a meal, you start with the appetizer,
Oh, wow.
and you finish with the main course, then with the dessert. So we start with the Chianti Classico vintage, but I would recommend the Chianti Classico, which is maybe 5 to 8 years of age. Of recent vintages, I really love 2006. In Italy, we tend to drink the wine younger because we are in the area of production, so we tend to drink the last vintage. But if the viewer could put their hands on 2006, 2007 is a warmer year, it's very nice feeling. I love 2006 because of a little spicy, a little more nerves. I would say a 5 to 6 years old Chianti would be very nice. And then once they understand the variety, make this next step. And Ceparello. Ceparello is a wine which really, I think, represents the variety, represents my professional job, because I spend my life trying to understand Sangiovese. Is a kind of love, hate of fear.
Love and hate. Oh dear.
No, but more love than hate.
Very
At one
simple.
point,
Well,
I'm still there, so it's more love
well,
than hate. But
well,
he's a troublemaker, Sangiovese,
well,
sometimes.
Well, Italy is all about love anyway.
Yeah.
So I must ask you this: for your region in Verona and also Tuscany, for my viewers who are traveling for holiday or for business, and they want to know which restaurant and which chef they should look out for that pairs your wines, because they really want to try it with a full experience. Which would you recommend?
Okay.
But we'll start with you first this time.
Okay, but it's so difficult because in Verona
You have a lot of restaurants, right?
we have a lot of restaurants. Really,
But-
Verona is amazing city.
But how about a local restaurant? A local restaurant with a good, renowned chef. What would you recommend?
A name of the restaurant.
Yes, yes.
It's in the center of Verona. There are many restaurants, and
The ones that you've been to.
yeah, yes, yes. I hope no one owners see this.
So you hear that? All the other clients will kill you.
That's the problem.
Okay. Okay,
I
name
can-
three top
I can
restaurants.
say one name, not the name of the chef, just the name of
Okay,
the restaurant.
alright.
In Pompiere, you can go to the Pompiere. The Pompiere is really typical restaurant in Verona. I say Pompiere because it's really typical piatti, dishes from Verona. So yes, I suggest really Pompiere. You feel really in Italy, in Verona.
Oh,
You really feel.
and what sort of cuisine they should pair? A local cuisine in Verona they should order.
What they order? Dishes almost not too elaborate, easy dishes like prosciutto, crudo, salame,